It was a warm, sunny afternoon in the city, and the usual buzz of the streets was accompanied by the roar of motorcycle engines. A gang of bikers sped down the road, laughing and joking with each other, their bikes thundering in unison. Among them was Mike, a tall, muscular man with a sharp grin and a reputation for being the wildest of the group. His idea of fun was often at someone else's expense, and today, he was looking for trouble. As they neared a quiet corner of the street, Mike spotted a small dog strolling by itself, its tail wagging happily. It seemed completely unaware of the approaching bikers. Mike's eyes lit up with a mischievous gleam. "Watch this," Mike said to his friends, revving his engine as he sped towards the dog. In one swift motion, he kicked the dog lightly with his boot, expecting to hear a yelp and see the dog run away in fear. It was a joke, a harmless prank in his mind. But what Mike didn't expect was the immediate, furious bark of the dog and its frantic rush towards the man standing nearby. Jason Statham. The actor, famous for his action-packed roles, stood there with a calm, almost chilling presence, his steely eyes fixed on Mike. The dog, trembling from the shock, ran straight to its owner, seeking comfort. Mike's smirk faded as he saw the man's face. There was something different about him, something unsettling. "Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?" Jason's voice was calm, but his words hit like a slap. His eyes locked onto Mike with an intensity that made the biker take an instinctive step back. "Relax, mate, it was just a joke," Mike chuckled, trying to brush it off. But Jason wasn't laughing. "That's not how it works," he said, his tone now colder, more menacing. The gang of bikers behind Mike grew silent, sensing the tension in the air. Mike shrugged, trying to maintain his bravado. "It's just a dog. No harm done." Jason took a step forward, his muscles tense, his expression hardening. "You think it's funny to hurt an innocent animal," he said, his voice barely above a whisper but filled with a quiet fury. For a moment, Mike stood frozen, realizing that this wasn't just some random guy standing in front of him. There was something about Jason that made him feel like a child again, caught doing something wrong. But Mike wasn't one to back down easily. "Who are you, some big shot actor? You think you can tell me what to do?" Jason's eyes flickered, a flash of something dark passing through them. "You have no idea who you're talking to," he said, his voice low and threatening. The calmness of his demeanor only made him more dangerous. "But you will soon enough." Mike laughed, but his heart wasn't in it anymore. He noticed the dog cowering behind Jason, its eyes darting nervously between them. It was clear that this wasn't the typical situation where a biker could just joke around. This man, Jason, was different. "I don't want any trouble," Mike said, his voice wavering just a little. But Jason wasn't done. He stepped closer, his presence towering over Mike. "Too late for that," he said, his words sending a chill through the biker's spine. "You just made a big mistake." As the confrontation escalated, Mike's friends began to inch away, sensing that things were about to go terribly wrong. But Jason wasn't finished with Mike just yet. "You think kicking a dog is funny? Maybe you should know a little more about the things you're laughing at." Jason's voice hardened as he spoke, revealing a side to him that Mike had never expected. A past that no one knew, a hidden history that made this moment feel more like a reckoning than just a simple fight. The gang of bikers were stunned. Jason was no longer the man they had imagined. They were about to find out that the man they had just crossed was far more than an actor. They were about to face a side of him they'd never anticipated. Just as Mike began to back away, something clicked. The pieces of the puzzle fell into place. Jason wasn't just standing up for his dog, he was standing up for something much deeper. A past filled with violence, loss, and a battle for redemption. This wasn't a man who took jokes lightly. It was a man who had fought battles, lost loved ones, and carried scars that no one could see. Jason's eyes darkened. "You want to know who I am? I'm someone who doesn't forget. You just kicked a part of me that I swore I'd protect." The gang of bikers was silent now, all eyes on Jason. Mike, still trying to play it cool, was now visibly shaken. "What do you want from me?" "I want you to remember this," Jason said, his voice now a whisper of warning. "Remember who you mess with next time." Jason walked away with his dog, leaving behind an unforgettable sense of dread.